Good evening, SB. Good evening, SBC. Good evening, SBCC. Good evening, BSL. Good evening to all points, north, south, east, and west, and all in between. Welcome to the February 15th, 2022 edition of SBC Tuesday Talk. Glad you can join us on this Tuesday. And as you can look at this placard right here, you know, it's going to be a heavy topic tonight, though. So thank you for being here. I am your host and church van driver and head cook, Mr. Michael Walker. Glad to have y'all here with us. And let me speak to our people who are out in the audience joining us. And it's a lot of y'all. Thank you. Andrea, good to have you. Hello, Nina. Glad to have you. Hey, Sister Theodora. Glad to have you. Brother BL, good to have you here. Stacy, nice to have you here. Hey, Jenna, how are you doing? Valerie from up Northern Alabama, good to have you. Brother McKeever from the DMV, good to have you. How you doing, Venus? So always glad to have you here. Margaret, good to have you here. I'm always glad to have you here. Teresa, please bring us some ice cream. Thank you so much. Deanna Lewis, glad to have you. Shell Hall from Jersey, always nice to have you here. Wait, Venus said, Mike, you look great. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You got good eyesight. Thank you very much. And Deborah Jenkins says, hello. Okay, there, folks. We're going to get started with this one. As you know, you looked at the topic for the day. And
I'm on a Zoom call.
And we were talking about clothes being flaunted, showing off your clothes. So this came from a SBCC topic from yesterday or the day before, and it was a good one. And it goes as follows by Sister Taylor. I hope she don't mind me putting it on there. It was a good topic. Ladies, we post pictures flaunting certain parts of our body, but don't want a man approaching us for sex. Think about what we are presenting. And I think there is a thin line between and looking. I would like your thoughts. Men, please give your feedback as well. So, people tend to wear clothing that shows off maybe more than what they do. And it's not just limited to women. Hey, it's limited to men too. Sometimes we may show a little too much. So I don't know what to say about that though. So without further ado, let's introduce our panelists. Okay. First of all, we got from Arkansas, we got Sister Tamara Miles. We got from Birmingham metropolitan area, we got Brother Marcus Wilbanks. And we got from all the way from Sacramento, California, the capital city, we got good old Josette Fortenberry. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all doing good tonight?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Okay, that is good. Okay. First of all, before we go any further, folks out there, please like, subscribe, and share. Please like, subscribe, and share. So let's start off with this first topic. It might be a doozy. Showing off body parts. Is it confidence or is it self-esteem issues? Showing off body parts. Now, I'm not saying you're going in the middle of the public and you drop your pants and you show what you got, or you lift up your shirt. I'm talking about you still wearing the stuff that's just a little more revealing than it should be. Okay? Anyone want to tackle that?
Well,
Please
I guess I'll say so. I had an issue with the post because my question was, are you talking about a woman possibly wearing a bathing suit, a woman is showing her breast, but she's got a nipple cover? Are you talking about women that take pictures and accentuate their butt? I mean, what are you talking about? So I think, and I said this yesterday, when women that complain about women doing that, they have their own self-esteem issue. So I think it's a little jealousy. That's
Mm.
that's my thought. Because why are you worried about what a woman is flaunting, especially if she got clothes on? If she don't have no clothes on, that's still her business. So that's my thought on the matter.
But let me ask you this: as you saw my response,
Okay.
uh, what if everything just, please, Joe said, what if everything just flopping over, just flopping out, this swinging and it, yeah, this, oh gosh, well, we're gonna get yanked off the other night. But anyway, what if that, I mean, what if when you have some concern for your fellow sister, if she just let everything just leaving little to the imagination. And I'm not
Well,
talking
I
about a
think,
bathing suit.
yeah, I think that's different.
Okay.
Like you said, what did you say, Mike, about
I
the
don't for,
breast falling all F? Yeah.
yeah.
So, so I mean, and I'll say, cleavage, and I mean, I wear a push-up bra. I think I have the prettiest boobs in the world at 56. I'm
I
proud of my
hear you.
breasts.
I hear
Okay.
you. I
So,
hear you.
I like to have on, cleavage or whatever, but it ain't all falling out. I just like you to see this tattoo here, but if they falling out, like, I might say, well, sis, you got a better bra or something. Somebody I know, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that to somebody I don't.
Of course you're not gonna go to a stranger. I mean, that
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that. Shell Hall said, but that's still her business. What you find tacky, she may find acceptable.
Yeah.
We all have levels of comfort with showing parts of our body. Hmm.
Mhm.
And that's pretty good though. Okay. Bring Marcus back in. Ooh, he disappeared all of a sudden. Okay. Marcus, please come back.
Please
Topic.
come back. I thought he was mad at me.
Oh yeah. Okay. We
Thank
trying.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Uh Joe,
Yes.
what say you
You know,
about
I am going to approach this from a little bit of a different direction. You know, I'm okay. I keep it sexy. I'm sorry. I keep it sexy. But not too sexy because I still got some wings up in here. Y'all feel me? But y'all didn't see me fly away. Y'all didn't see that just now, okay?
I didn't see anything.
No, you don't. Let me show you again. There's some wings up in here. But this is my thing. When I'm in a Christian group, I keep it Christian. I don't ever put myself out there to be, you got one boob hanging out on the right and I'm gonna turn to the left side. So you might see part of it, and I'm not gonna, that's not more part of my personality. I'm not gonna show off all my thighs because there's ripples all up in there. And I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna have myself looking out of pocket. My concern is the people that don't show themselves. My concern is the people that all you think they got is this neck and that's it. My concern is the people that that's all you do is headshots. To me, that shows there is a self-esteem issue. And if I go on your page and I'm looking at you and all I see is your top right here and that's it, there's a problem. You didn't turn me off.
wow.
So that's where I'm gonna sit with that. If somebody want to be sexy on level 10,000, that's their business. Hey, girl, I'm gonna give you a thumbs up. You looking good in that right there.
Right.
I love to see my black women. I'm not gonna. I'll be peeping to. Hey, girl. Hey, but and I will give people compliments. I don't have a problem with that at all. But it shows your personality and character when you don't elevate yourself and attempt to look good and attempt to feel you show whether or not you feel good about yourself based on the pictures that you represent, that you put out there, period. And I'm gonna say it's a lot of people off in that group, men and women, that boy, y'all heads sure look good. Your head and neck. I've seen a couple people with the neck spot on. You need to clean a little alcohol scrub. But most of y'all look real good from the neck up. I don't know if you alienated from the neck down or what, but you really need to think about that. Sorry, people. Sorry.
And you're right though, because you all see when I was on the market and I look on the young lady's page. Shush. Go. Anyway, shush. Oh, goodness.
Oh, Josette.
Come on, y'all. Let's get back. But
bring it back.
Got what I'm about to say. Okay. And I would look, and all you would see is just what? Headshot. You didn't know what. And then when you finally see the rest of the body, you're kind of shocked though. Sometimes the body don't match the face. Sometimes,
exactly. Right.
And that's why
that don't even matter when it don't. Maybe that person think they could have little bitty feet and a big head. They have a big head and big feet. It don't matter. Just show us that you there. You let us know that you a person, who you are. We love you too. When I do see my friends post like full body, I'm like, hey, girl, hey, now I see you. I feel more connected to y'all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Find some tape for my mouth.
Let me before we get to Marcus, I'm gonna read a few of these. VL says, and he makes a good point, culture could play a role. And that's something to think about right there. Culture could play a role.
Which culture is that? I don't call single black. Ain't nobody black got no culture to say. You can't show no full body pictures.
Okay. Ronald says all headshots. I'm wondering what's wrong. And sometimes, okay. Stacy says, I think some people just do it for the attention. Others may not care. I'm all for being sexy, but just because some things are made in your size doesn't mean you should. I'm just saying, no shade. I'm a pleasantly plump economy sized gentleman. And just because they make Speedos in my size, that doesn't mean I need to go to the beach and wear them. Okay, and that's something to think about, right?
Wear your Speedo, Mike. Wear your Speedo.
But again, still at the end of the day, that's my business. Like it's somebody else's business. If they want to wear something that doesn't accentuate the positive, that doesn't compliment their body, hey, that's them. And definitely like Tamara just said, if that was a homeboy or homegirl, then that's different. I pull them aside, say, you know what you're wearing? But I'm not gonna walk up to somebody and get cussed out or punched or something, trying to tell them what to do with their money. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Let me get.
Part of the thing is too is that when I see somebody wearing probably what they're not supposed to be wearing, it makes me feel a little bit better about what I'm wearing.
Okay. Let me read this last one, then we get to Marcus. I'm so sorry, bro, Marcus.
Yeah. Oh no, this is getting better about me.
Okay. Some of us can't help it. A blessed assurance in the front, a caboose in the back. No matter how modest we dress, it can still look sexual. I agree. I say someone can look saved and sexy at the same time. You know what? Let me stop before I get myself in trouble. Okay. Oh, and Liz is
Tamara, stop. Tamara, reel it in. Reel it in.
Wait.
Reel it in.
And yes, I could be
zip it up. Hold on. Hold your key because you holding mine right now, girl. You holding my key.
Wait. Marcus, can I give a little time to Tamara? Can I give a little time? And I promise I'll get back to you.
I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the van ride here.
She's about to pop. So, come on.
Hold on. Y'all see it in my face?
Here's your key, girl. You're unlocked.
So She said, "I dare not." Can you put that back up? So
yes, ma'am. I gladly do it.
Please, thank you. I dare not.
No,
I
but
dare
I
say
dare
someone
say someone can look saved and sexy.
at the same time. Is she saying that she wouldn't, or who is she to say that can't be? I maybe if we can get it
A
some
little,
clarity
yeah,
on that.
Based on the
yeah.
picture I see of her, please ask her to
No,
clarify.
no, Joe, don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. Joe, don't do that. Please, no, that's not.
But like to me, she's saying be sexy and saved.
Okay. Oh, we got it. Okay, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay. Please like, subscribe, and
Take
share.
my key, Cameron. Take my key.
Okay.
Marcus. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brother Will. Thanks.
Help us and help us. All right, now, confidence or esteem issues. You know what? I wish I would say it would be a confidence issue, but I can never say it's a confidence issue by any stretch of the imagination. But it could be that, or it could be an esteem issue. But the more I look at today's women, not the old school ones, but today's women in general, like, let's just say for the benefit of this topic, between the ages of like 20 to 30, they do it for attention. 9 times out of 10, you see a fine looking young filly.
Oh, Philly.
They do it. They do it for attention, and 9 times out of 10 they do it. But
they're gonna run you away from here. Go ahead.
They gonna run. They gonna run me out of there. I was like,
okay.
wait a minute, hold on. All right. Okay. 9 times out of 10, I think it's a turn off.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but does that go along with age? In other words, an older woman, I was going to use this term, being what some consider hoochified. Or they're dressing younger than they should. Not saying that they should be dressed like they should be on Little House on the Prairie. I'm not saying that, wearing long dresses or what have you. Accentuate your positives though. But Mr. Marcus, is there a limit? Is there a limit? Should a 70-year-old try to dress like a 20 or 30-year-old?
I think, if you ask that question that way, 70-year-old just like a 30-year-old, I mean, it depends on how young a 70-year-old looks, though.
I was about to say that, because you got some 70-year-old can give some 30-year-old run for the money. But still,
it could.
Okay. Yeah.
It could. I mean, just to think back to it, you probably see like some women in their mid to late 50s look like I don't know, 35 or maybe 40-ish range right there. But for a 70-year-old,
I mean, we got people that look in their 50s that look 30s. I mean, look above you in this panel. So Tamara. So she's yours. I think, well, how are you? 27, something like that.
27.
Okay, and Joe is what, 26. So yeah, I mean, we got some younger looking folks in here.
Wait, Joe was like, wait, hold on. Did he just said 26?
Listen,
Marcus, you're trying to get hurt virtually.
Listen. Let me read these comments. Eric saying something. Being sexy on the website shouldn't be for anyone. That's why black kids are so messed up now. So, so I wonder how is
Eric. Hi.
So
I know him.
Oh, okay. I get you. And Naomi says, keep going. I'm one of those who has a curvaceous shape. I'll be covered from neck to ankle, but when I wear a form-fitting dress, yes, yes, yes. So some people can't help it though. Some people can't help what they had though. Who else we got? Who else we had? Janine says she's saying the Saints won't allow her to say sexy and saved as possible.
Now, if that's what she's saying, I agree, because they will drag her. So okay, if that's what she's saying, yeah.
They will definitely do that. Yeah. Well, what is younger than they should? I dress how I feel.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that, and it's interesting to hear how you guys, formulate the thought of it, because for me, I'm 49 with all this behind, and for me, when I go look at clothes, I'm like, oh, I might look younger in that. No, dressing is entertainment for me. I turn my music on, I make myself look good for what I think might look good, and it's my form of entertainment when I'm getting dressed, and I do it for me, and I don't think any woman would go off. Maybe not. I take that back. I've met a couple that go off in there. This will make you, as you get older, I guess. But a 70-year-old, no dog, they're wise enough to know I'm 70 and ain't nothing gonna look that good, make me look like I'm 20 again. I don't think any 70-year-old woman is gonna have that thought. But if they have the body for it, I've seen a lady that she was very, very ancient. And she was dressed very sexy, and she had a lot of tattoos, and it was very beautiful. She was, voluptuous or whatever. But I think it, I don't know. Let me be quiet. I'm gonna get in trouble again.
No, you
can put me in a wheelchair, and I will wear something nice, DC, and sexy, and still have my Bible and my gun in my purse. I'm sorry.
Wait, whoa! She has a Bible and a gun. Does that go together?
The two best things to have with you.
Absolutely.
But okay.
Well,
Jenna Morgan. Yeah, Jenna Morgan.
I'm in California, remember?
Yeah, I get you. Okay, Jenna Morgan says, I don't think they should. I have a family member who shows way too much. She looks great for 72, but some of her outfits are questionable. So we have to ask though, how far is too far, if it's even applicable though? Not just for septuagenarian, but for any age though. How far is too far? Yes, it's their business. Hey, you will not get a argument from me on that. But how far is too far? Anyone, would you wear what you would wear in the streets? And I meant to pronounce it that way, streets, or at a club, would you wear it to Sunday morning worship or Wednesday night midweek Bible study? Would we wear that? And we're not just picking on the women, men too. And again, some men like to come in there with the shirt open, with the taco meat showing and everything.
Oh no! That's one thing. That's one thing I'll never do, Mike. That's one thing I'll never do whenever I feel like going out to a club here. Never show off the taco meat. Never. I'll never show off the taco meat because you gotta dress to impress. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Dress to impress. Okay. But when I go to Sunday service, though, I expect to go casual or just like I'm ready for business.
Okay. Let me read this because she's clarifying. I'm saying take pride in your appearance. When I say sexy and saved, I mean, example, Kiara Shear Kelly, and we talked about her last week. We talked about, she just said that too. We talked about her last week. She's a curvy sister. She dresses for her body type, but also knows how to keep it sexy and safe. Look at her auntie, Miss Jackie Clark Chisholm. She's 70-something and fly. I don't think people say fly anymore. Yes, they do, but you get my point. She looks fantastic for her age. Look at some of the pictures she posts on the internet. She's fully covered, but ellipses. And I ask this though. Is there a such thing? I probably know the answer. This is a rhetorical question. Is there such a thing as dressing for your size? Size appropriate.
I think so, yes.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
that's no different than I hate to see a little young child in a two-piece suit. That's just me, in a two-piece swimming suit. That's just me though. It's certain things for a little young child that they shouldn't wear, just like it's certain things for, there are some, there's limits. Yeah, and yes, Bromley said be tasteful.
Okay.
Leave something for the imagination. Leave something, like, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Go ahead, Tam. Were you about to say something?
I would like to know where that premise comes from. Leave something for the imagination, because basically all breasts look alike, maybe lighter, darker. So
Okay, girl, you know how men have them gray sweatpants on?
I knew that was
And
coming
you
up.
know how we tend to look at them gray sweatpants and the package
Oh,
is
the gray sweats.
okay.
No,
So you need to be able to imagine something, because if you can see it, there's nothing to imagine. Okay.
Hey, just had to give her that example.
Kitty McCat. I knew someone was gonna bring it up. Kitty McCat says the gray sweats. Oh boy. Okay. No taco meat. Okay. I like what Leslie says. Dressing sexy can be different to different set of eyes, and that is true. Right. I like that.
Yeah.
It's of the words of Victor Louis Forbes. It could be subjective. It could easily be subjective, easily, right there. Leslie says some thought those Bishop Eddie Long muscle shirts were too sexy. I always wondered about that though. But anyway, let me see who else. And Tiffany Murphy, Murphy rapper. And now some men wear pants tighter than most women. Yep. And show off all their manhood.
Now, is that appropriate?
I just simply say dress according to the environment for which you enter. If your outfit leaves no room for imagination, to me, it's too much. So, and then your clothes should fit your body.
Sometimes it's about putting thought into it, man. Like, if it's wintertime, you get invited to the picnic at the park and it's a little bit chilly, you ain't gonna go there in heels and a two-piece outfit. It just don't, because now you're doing too much.
Yeah, that is too much.
But again, though, that's their choice, though.
Right.
That's their choice, though. And I understand what you're saying, though, because I'm gonna wear some jeans and a t-shirt in my tennis shoe sneakers. But hey, if that's what they want to do, that's their feet gonna be hurting at when they get home.
Right. Let them do that.
Jenna Morgan says bottom cheeks out is too far. Now, when I was a teen and in my 20s, I wore some things way out there, especially when I went on vacation. But I won't wear it now at 37. I'm not going to dress all covered up, but I'm wiser in my choices now. And Leslie got an interesting story. But I had a man in church get hot and bothered over my shoes. He had a foot fetish. I can't dress and have to consider the imagination of everyone I encounter. Well, he might need help, though. I guess, though. Well, the bottom line is this, though. All of us got a different view on what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. At the end of the day, we really can't judge, because everyone dressed the way they want to dress. It's their money. Either they work for it or they stole it, or it's a stimulus or refund or whatever else. They want it at the casino. It's their money. And they have a right to do whatever they want to do with it. Right. Okay. We're going to move on to the next one, y'all. We're going to move on to the next one. And it was instigated, not started, but instigated from the lady from Arkansas, Tamara Miles. But before we proceed, y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share it with your family. Share it with your church. Excuse me, just share it. Okay, folks.
My family. And that's what I do.
Okay. I don't know about this episode. I don't know. That may not be too wise. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. I'm trying to see which one I'm going to show for. I show this first. Tamara wanted to post this in the group, in the combative group that we in, and check this out, y'all. Right here. I wanted this man to be vulnerable with me so long. He finally called me yesterday and opened up. But the second he started crying, I lost all interest in him. Quickly, this is a safe space, but not that safe. That's something, ain't it? And part two to this is what Tamara added to it. Boop, right there. Could this be a valid reason that some men will not open up? And then, men, do you believe that when a woman says, I want you to be able to have a safe space to land, do you believe that she means it? So the topic is on this one, and this is a doozy. Relationships being a safe space. Relationships being a safe space. And I will admit, I really just heard this concept maybe a month or so ago about relationships being a safe space. But it makes sense, though. It makes sense. We should be each other's safe space. We should, and not to be sexist or what have you. But, it's all right for the woman to come to her man, just open up, fall in his bosom, and just cry and release the tears and everything. However, though, why is it wrong for a man to go to his lady, say, I've been through this, and just fall on her shoulder and bawl? Sometimes it may be just little tears. Sometimes he might be just slinging snot. I mean, I don't know. Why is it wrong, though, for a man to go through this? And for you fellas out there, how do you feel? Do you feel safe revealing your feelings to your woman? And to the ladies out there, how do you feel about a man coming to you as a safe space and unleashing his emotions? I'm gonna start with Marcus. How do you feel about that? Have you ever wanted to go to your lady to be a safe space, but for whatever reason she denied it or she accepted it? Marcus.
Well, before I answer that question, I want to read what I pulled up as the definition of a safe space. Is the name given to a moment in time when two or more people, where a person can feel confident and to not be judged, criticized, harassed, and in general, that they will be able to be themselves with no harm, neither present nor future. Let me just say that by answering the question, when a guy like me wants to reveal something to a special lady in general, and I see the comments rolling in, and like you said, my relationships tend to be a safe space. I do believe in that, to be a safe space, because guess what? If I don't open up to a woman in general, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's my mom or my sister, but in a relationship, if I want to have any sort of common ground with a lady I love, she needs to hear it from me. She needs to hear it from me personally. Hey, and not tend to be running away from it, because what that woman just did on that screenshot that Tamara has shown, and I'm glad that you have saw that one. She's very foolish. She's very foolish to not listen to what the man is trying to explain when he wants to reveal something that will intend to create a better safe relationship, a better stable relationship in general anyway. I mean, listen, I express this all the time when I want to reveal something that I haven't shown before. I need to let it out. I need to let it out. I mean, you just can't keep it inside like it's a ship in a bottle anyway. I mean, you tend to create ships in the bottle as a hobby, but when we have those type of baggage on that ship, we need to let it sail out. We need to sail out and empty it out to sea anyway. And believe me, without that type of atmosphere, you're not going to be happy. She's not going to be happy in general. And believe me, I'm just putting it out there as it is.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Leslie Rue says, "Bae, lay on my covered bosom and pour your heart out and cry your eyes out. I'm here."
Yes.
Okay, Erica, I want my man to be able to come home after a long day, lay on my chest and find rest. She didn't say something. Black men deal with enough outside. He should be able to come home and find peace in the arms of his lady.
Thank you. Yes.
Period. And Kitty McCat says, if a man in a relationship with a woman who responds this way to his emotions and feelings, he needs to drop her. Y'all coming in. Also, people need not to look over obvious signs that the person that they're with isn't sensitive to their feelings. That woman response is harsh, and I'm inclined to believe that she has demonstrated behavior that wasn't nurturing or encouraging prior to that incident. And that could be very telling right there. That could be extremely
very telling. Very telling.
Okay, and let me see. And then we're going to go to Josette. Janine says, I am in a safe place because several men have opened up about their whole life within a couple of conversations. They said, I feel so comfortable with you. I feel honored that they feel that comfortable. My friends and family have said the same thing about me. And with my exchange with you, Janine, I could believe that. I can definitely, and Jenna says, I definitely don't mind being a safe space. Joe said, help us out.
I agree with what she said in the last comment. I know what it's like to be that woman that men feel comfortable around, women feel comfortable around. You know, I've always, and I've had so many people tell me, oh, I feel comfortable talking to you, and they have unleashed their demons and their dragons and their childhood experiences. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? You know, and so I don't know how to not be that person. I don't know how a woman would, how is a woman that is harsh and cold like that? I don't know how. I wouldn't even know how to interact with that type of woman. Do you know what I mean? But I will also say this, that there are some people out there, and I've encountered men like this, that they were raised up in a bitter environment. They were raised up in an angry environment. And therefore, all they know is to hold that stuff in, be angry and bitter. They don't know what it's like to be comfortable. They don't know what it's like to be in a safe place. They don't know what it's like to trust somebody with your vulnerabilities. And having to deal with that kind of person is a difficult, hurting thing. It hurts. It hurts the other person, because for me, it's like, you know what? And it doesn't just go with the negative things that maybe you experienced or the crying. You know, I don't mind. Come on, baby. I'll keep tissue, honey. I keep some tissue, baby. But you know, the thing is that if you kind of crazy on the inside, hey, that's cool too. If you like to fry chicken butt naked, hey, come on, let's get that. You know, if you want to have fun, for me, I might go and put on a blue Halloween wig. We're gonna have fun. But some people don't feel comfortable doing that because they've never experienced it before. So it goes along with the good, the fun, the being comfortable, the being able to cry, being able to express give feedback. Some people are not used to being able to getting and giving feedback with constructive criticism with each other. That's all a part of being in a safe environment, in a safe relationship. I think that if a man has a past of domestic violence and they let you know about it, then it puts a different vibe out there. But when somebody or I've even talked to men that have been sexually molested in their past. People have a past. But for me being a Christian, I have to know that God can change and heal that person. So my heart is still open to them, and I allow people to become vulnerable with me, knowing that you can be healed.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're going to get to Tamara since she started all this, but let me read these comments right here from Shawan Shay Sharika. Try saying that fast. But trust is nurtured in safe spaces. If I cannot be emotionally, physically, psychologically, and mentally safe, then that's not the man for me. Likewise, me unto him. It's how we grow. And Dewan says, hey, y'all, I have to trust the woman I'm with before she enters my safe space or I enter her safe space. I just don't let anyone in my safe space. And that is true. You you have to use discernment in dating. No matter how much the butterflies are fluttering and everything else, you still have to use discernment. Because when you going in their safe space or welcoming them into your safe space, you opening up. You really opening yourself. You're making yourself vulnerable. And it could either go in a positive direction, or it could easily go south in a bad way. So we have to be careful. And BL says you can have compassion and empathy while exercising wisdom. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to use wisdom, use some spiritual common sense. Tamara Miles.
So I was compelled to post that, share that, because I've seen women in a few of the groups that I'm in that, anything that looks weak to a woman, they will throw, words out about the man. So when I seen that, my question was, how can some women say that what they want in a man? They want a man to be vulnerable. They want a man to feel like he can trust her. All these things that a woman expect from a man. How then can a man not expect the same thing from you? Because to hear her say, I've been wanting him to be vulnerable with me. But when he was, it turned you off. So where was your nurturing attribute? All women are not nurturers. Even though they say women are nurturers by nature, no. All women are not nurturers. Yeah. So, if you can't nurture a friendship, you can't nurture a relationship because the components are the same. Yes, at a different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, ma'am.
It was important for me to. I was actually thrilled to see that because I've never seen a post like that coming from a woman who wanted a man to be vulnerable with her. You know, so it makes me, pause and say, all these women that, are you broke? Who hurt you? Uh, did your father raise you? All those kind of things that um some women say, this was the perfect example of that. And I just seen what Vic said. Vic, I'm gonna have to disagree. I do believe that nurturing, when you say women are nurturers by nature, that's gender based. I believe anybody can nurture, but it's taught that women are nurturers by nature.
Mm.
Can't be. So that's what I'm agreeing. I'm disagreeing with you, Vic, at what you said. I agree it's not gender based, but that's the teaching. So I have to disagree with you because that's teaching. But I agree with you, if that makes sense. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
No, I agree with what you're saying too. I fully agree with that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Stacy pretty much backs up what you said, Tamara. Careful what you ask for, especially if you can't handle what may come your way. Being a man's safe space should be for serious relationships only. And I just make it this way: being anyone's safe space in a relationship
Mm.
should be set aside for serious relationship.
Now,
Don't be. Let me finish this. Let me finish this, Joe. Don't sit up there date for a week and then you say, "You know what? I'll be your safe space. You be mine." Then time they come with you something heavy. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Exit stays left. I mean, that's what it. That's.
Snagglepuss.
I mean,
Snagglepuss.
so I understand. So you got to be careful about that. Be very careful. Joe said.
it's a touchy subject, but I have encountered men that have shared some of their information, and because they just felt as though I was a safe person to, maybe because I'm in the medical field, people tend to start to unload different information, and to me, I just hold it in a space where I can't let it affect me, and I don't share it with anybody. And I think a wise man can pretty much tell what kind of woman they're dealing with. I think that if they're connected to God, they know what kind of woman. It'll be an instinct for them to know what kind of woman they're dealing with and whether or not she's safe or not. Some women are not at that emotional maturity type of level to be able to receive some of the things that to become vulnerable. And there's some women that, like, I don't understand women that use men for money. I don't understand that type of, and I even had a person that I'm a very emotional person. So I handle people's emotions with care, and I lift those emotions up to God, knowing that I can't change their experiences or their emotions or their emotional level that they're at, but I can't bring it into me and hold on to that and let it affect me. I think I said.
Okay. Kitty McCat says, because people don't truly understand what it means for someone to be vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah, they don't fully grasp the concept. Right. They don't fully grasp it, though, how much it's involved, how much the other person is sacrificing and giving up to be vulnerable toward you, with you. Shawan says, even when people are vulnerable and comfortable opening up to us, we have to discern if it's a safe or a dumping zone. And I'm gonna start right there, and then you really have to be careful that while you being a safe space, don't allow yourself to become a human garbage can. And they just put anything in you. Then guess what? By the time you go to bed, you feeling lower than a snake's belly. So you got to be careful about that, though. Everyone who opens up to you isn't your assignment. Some are soul ties. Remain vigilant. sometimes we have to bless folk from a distance.
You have to set healthy boundaries.
And Leslie says, some can't handle the different nurturing dynamic. Some can be a great mother, father, but not a great husband or wife. Okay. And Kitty says, we also have to be mindful of what we reveal. Absolutely. Who we reveal it to and when we reveal it. Not everyone can handle or want to handle what you're sharing. I just said that earlier. We should take into account the nature of the relationship and the capacity of the person to manage what we are sharing. Joe said.
I just want to say something real quick, and that you may agree or disagree, but you also people need to think about when they open up, have they been drinking? Are they under any kind of influence? People tend to open up more and be more vulnerable when I done had a few drinks and now I'm just emotional. And I do take that into consideration in a lot of different situations and circumstances. Vulnerability when a person is been drinking is I don't know if you're being for real or not. You may not even remember the next day what you said to me, So that really requires praying for discernment and setting healthy boundaries.
And let me point out. I just see Jenna Morgan's comment. It says, "Now mental health is real, and it is real. Some people may need a therapist. Like me personally, I'll admit to it. I've been dealing with mental health, and I've been every once in a while, every single year, like per quarter or per 6 months, I get to see a therapist anyway. And that goes to what you just said, Josette. It's so hard for people to find a safe space because you get people telling you that's why I don't tell you anything, or I can't talk to you right now, or that's not what I meant here. Listen, let's just dump all of that aside. Some stuff like that, when you say stuff like that, that tends to be an unsafe space. Then that's why when we have to be in relationships like this, stop being so defensive. Stop putting your shield up. Stop putting the imaginary, as in Star Trek, shields up, red alert. Listen, open your mind, open your heart to the person that you're with anyway. Doesn't matter. It don't have to be necessarily in a serious relationship. It could be like in a dating relationship, or it could be in a friendship sort of thing. But no matter how you put it, just don't come out and say, that's why I don't like sharing stuff with you like that.
But Marcus, think about it. If a person has to say that to you, that person has said something to you for you to say that to them. Okay. So when a person says that to you, that means that they know or they understand, you know what? I shouldn't have said that to you. I shouldn't have told you that, because people will use those things against you when you least expect it. So where you're saying that that's a defense mechanism, I don't believe it's not so much a defense mechanism. It is a thing that you have to pull out to protect yourself. Because hey, I didn't say it too much to you. I didn't say it too much to you.
Exactly.
But Miss Tamara, that's the part that I have sometimes been having trouble with.
People not listening? Are they using what you said against you, or you feel like you can't share? Is that your issue that you have with people?
It's not so much as using it against me. It's just the thought of me just not feeling like I don't want to talk about anything.
And you have that right to do that. Especially if you're feeling some type of way, or you're feeling like you're feelings are going to be invalidated. My favorite word now. If you feel like the person that you're communicating with is not going to take you serious, that's not a person you need to talk to, baby.
Well, I think that
that's why I dump. That's why I dump it aside. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Ms. Josette, but that's why I had to dump it aside several years ago in my last unsuccessful relationship right there. But go ahead, Ms. Josette.
I think that some people don't realize that unexpectedly or things will get, if it's in a relationship, man with woman or whatever, then sometimes people will become vulnerable and later on that's thrown back in their face.
Yes.
Now, whether or not you're the thrower or you're the one that's receiving it, then it becomes a back and forth. I'm gonna throw this in your face now. Remember when you did this? And remember when and it's back and forth. And at that part, then both people are sitting there hurt and in pain, and nobody meant to do that, but it was done. So how do you fix it?
Yeah. How do you fix it?
How do you allow a person, you just broke their trust? I told you something very vulnerable about me, and then you just threw it back in my face. So how do you fix that and repair that break of trust? Because that's breaking somebody's, they no longer feel they can be vulnerable with you.
And sometimes you cannot. Trust is like broken glass. It would never be put back together again, or a plate, And I think people take for granted, because you say you love a person, that gives them license to mistreat you and your emotions. Okay. So love, people say, well, love don't hurt. No, you're right. People hurt people that are in love, especially when they know that. And that to me is the ultimate state of vulnerability, when a person knows how you feel and they can use that for leverage. To me, that's evil. When people do that, I've seen married couples that do that,
and you use them and you get money from them because you hold it. You could,
and you know what? I say this when we did the show last week, and Mike talks about love in general. Love is such a fragile thing. Love is such a fragile thing, and it doesn't stand on its own foundation. I even expressed that in the comments at one point, that there's some factors that you have to use other than using the L word.
Definitely. Vulnerability can be a trigger. Yes, definitely. Read these last two right here. Shawan says, I'm just glad to have you here with us, Shawan. Some people will open up to see how far they can reel you in emotionally, but it's a blind side and tool to make you vulnerable for their benefits.
Yeah, that was one big mistake that I did right there.
And Leslie said, ooh, I didn't click on. Leslie says, vulnerability isn't always sexy. It may not have been how he opened up, but more about what he said when he opened up. Be careful what you ask for. Excuse me. And in the bottom line, and Tamara, you mentioned that trust is like a glass or a plate that you break it. The thing is, if you can put the glass or the plate back together again, you can glue it back together again. But guess what? You're still going to see the cracks.
Absolutely.
You're still going to see the cracks.
Absolutely.
Even if you get that trust back, guess what? Cracks going to be there. The damage is still done, though.
Never same.
And it never be the same. It
That's
would
right,
never be the same. Well, folks, guess what? It's 10 minutes after the hour, and we are out of time. Tamara, I told you we weren't gonna get to the last one. I told you
so. Right?
It was a good one. This was a good one, y'all. I truly enjoyed that. Marcus, you gonna do the announcements for me?
Let's roll it. All right, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Fellowship Hall after the Tuesday Talk. It's the Tuesday Talk after party. Make sure you watch out for that link in the page. We're gonna talk about what we discussed about tonight's show and a little bit more than we can ever ask for. So make sure you join us via Zoom for the Tuesday Talk after party in a few moments. And as we always do every single Saturday night, it is the Fellowship Hall like none other. We call it the Saturday Night Social. Again, you watch out for the via Zoom. We just discuss anything and everything that is on your mind, and make sure I'd rather not say no holds barred, but we're about to have a good time on a Saturday night, as we always do in the SBCC. And of course, we want to do this all over again with another very, very intelligent and very inquisitive episode of Tuesday Talk, exclusively on Facebook and on YouTube. And like he always does, like, share, and subscribe to the SBCC, SBC, and of course on YouTube, Mike Walker, SBC. Mike.
Thank you, Marcus.
Good job, Marcus. You did that. Hey!
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Look at these comments right quick. No, I ain't gonna read too much. But yeah, thank you all so much. This has been a great one. This has been an intelligent one. It's been deep, emotional, and everything, though. And hopefully, not only we as panelists, but the audience in video, Facebook land, and YouTube land, and anywhere else, they got something out of tonight's discussions tonight. So to Tamara, to Marcus, and to Josette, thank you all so much. And to our audience out there, thank you all for y'all support and everything. And if it's the Lord's will, we will see you next week. So bye, y'all. See y'all later.
Yes, sir.
Something is wrong. Wasn't the words of my song, but I'm too tired now. What did I say to make you act this way? But I'm too tired now. I came along, I had to have some fun, but I'm tired now. You like to hurt me. You like to hurt me. Yes, you do. You like to hurt me. You like to hurt me. I've done my best, better than the rest, but I'm too tired now. I don't know what to do.